Every one of us knows how to access a website, or web page, or web application. Basically, we open up a browser and paste the URL and hit enter, and now you'll be able to access that website. The question is, how are they made out? So, if you just hit, let's say you're in Google Chrome, you right click, inspect element, definitely you would see a lot of different elements there. And more often than not, they're HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Is hypertext markup language. So it's basically what the content that's being rendered to the user, meaning you access the web page, you as the user, you get to see HTML contents. So now, what is this HTML5? HTML5 was basically released in 2014 to provide a lot of new functionalities and improvements. So let's start giving comparisons. So in multimedia support, HTML does not support audio and video, HTML5 does. And in terms of the geographical support, HTML5 can know where the user is coming from, but when you're using a mobile app, it's impossible to get their location, and that's possible with HTML5. For image support, HTML5 now supports vector graphics as well. Vector graphics are images that when you resize, they still maintain the quality of the image. Aside from those cool stuff, HTML5 provides new semantic tags like article, main, header, footer, nav. So basically those semantic tags doesn't really add any functionality to creating your web page or website for the users. It doesn't do anything as well. But what's great with the new semantic tags is whenever you try to Google search something, it can now search efficiently in such a way that, let's say, it would try to search for different websites, and instead of the old way in HTML where it would try to open a lot of div tags are basically divisions or sections that you can keep putting just div tags, div tags, div tags, div tags, and you don't know if that's an article, you don't know if that's a header, you don't know if that's a footer. So it will take more time to search for those content as well. But with HTML5, Google search would now be more optimized to just search for the, let's say, footer tag, and then now I get to reach that content right away instead of opening each tags inside a web page. So that's one of the cool features that you can look into, or upgrading your HTML tags for search engine optimization. I'm going to show you an example for looking at elements in the web page. If you're in Chrome, right click anywhere, go ahead and click inspect, and this should load up the elements that are in the web page. You can see the HTML tag, body tag, and the div tag sections, the script where the JavaScripts live. You can see the style components that were used. Those are CSS. These are CSS as well. You can do a bunch of things. Have a console to see what's happening. You can also check for performance checks and memory checks. Now you can profile how fast your digital assets would generate, your JavaScript files, your static files. And actually, some HTML pages, you can just go ahead and copy paste the elements and paste it in a file and save it with a .html. And once you save that file, double click, you would now open that file and generate an HTML page. Let's see. Now it shows the millisecond of the time. There's also a good Chrome extension called Lighthouse. You can basically generate a report if it's following the best search engine optimization. As you can see, if you even like have a web application website, you can see if it's good in performance, good in accessibility, follows the best practices, and SEO. Another thing, if let's say you want to see a certain HTML tag, again you can just right click somewhere here, inspect, so that it should direct you to that place. See, if I move around, it should highlight on what HTML tag were used. Pretty cool, huh? So I was saying, let me try if I can copy paste, and then again, let's see. Oh, so let's see, even this one, I don't need to copy paste. So remember, sometimes you go save as. And you save that, it basically saves as a .html file. And when you open, it should load the same. If you're offline, you may not load a lot of stuff like this one because again, it's now offline. But then again, it should have the same elements. Again, it's just so happened we're not online. It's not what I meant by not online. What I mean is my file, which is now located in my local machine, I did not expose that to the internet in such a way that it could grab other images and even other stylings that would let's say auto center, auto margin, or those kind of extra stylings. And feel free to look at different websites, portfolios, and just hit right click, inspect.